Today in the grain market, soybeans did rise again. China is buying, helping the market move a little bit higher. For the week, really, soybeans have been up almost 30 cents. The challenge came when we did start to hover up at the top and the market just couldn't hold, and some profit taking did come and step in right now. The selling did come in late and pull that market all the way down, but there is some improvement on the market across the board. I think there is some concerns because of the crisis going on right now. Who knows what can happen over the weekend? Everyone wants to look at this again come Monday. Then we'll be able to kind of position and look towards that USDA report that's coming next Thursday. And also the change in the narrative coming out of Beijing that China is really not cutting off all purchases from the U.S., but just maybe minimizing it and keeping it to smaller supplies. That is still very helpful to our soybean market. Now, because of that, corn was higher. We did have a spillover strength coming from soybeans, and that helped it a lot. It seems that the outside markets also add a little bit of optimism. There really isn't much to be said about the corn right now. There's been managed funds have been a little bit short on these markets, so there's concern that there was going to put some pressure on the corn, but it just isn't to be. Technically speaking, we are a little bit above the number that we thought we could get a little more of follow through buying. If we get that, that could be positive for corn and maybe give it even more of a lift, but we'll have to see next week. Wheat was the one that really took it on the chin today. It retreated back. It took back all of yesterday's gains, and there's just a couple of things in the market that it is very thin, profit taking just stepping right in. There's a lot of wheat out there globally, and crop ratings today came in. They were mostly unchanged. I know that it's been a little bit more dry in the Ukraine and Russia, but we're going to need more information on that to really get this market going. Also, the idea that the economies around the country are slow to open also might put a little bit of weight on the wheat, because that was one product that was actually very helpful during the entire closing of the coronavirus. Now that things are starting to slow down, it's very possible that it's more difficult to get this off the ground, although that $5 benchmark still is a good support number, but we're still a long way away from that. So it looks like that we're still going to be bouncing around and still remain in the channels that we have been in for the last number of months. So that is one good thing, that we haven't gotten any lower, but we're still looking for someone else to give us a lift.